Now you are set up on Team-Trak, you can use it to view time trackings, invoices, and payslips with ease. First, let's see how you can keep an eye on your employees clocking in and out. Head over to the Records tab along the side menu. Select the appropriate date range and then you will be able to see all clock-ins. It's important to know that you do not have to approve every single clock-in. We want to streamline the process as much as we can for you to significantly reduce your admin workload. You only need to approve clock-ins that are outside of your predetermined geofencing restriction. For example, if someone has clocked in and they are very far away from where they are supposed to be, you will need to manually approve this. You will also need to approve a clock-in if it is outside of the allowed clock-in times. In your preferences, you can allow clock-ins within 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or allow for no leeway on when they clock in. You can also change the allowed check-in range in meters in your property settings. All clock-ins that are made at the correct location and at the correct time are automatically approved. You will only need to approve clock-ins where there is abnormal activity. Here on the Records tab, you can see the pending clock-ins as well as all of the clock-ins. You are able to view, edit, approve and reject clock-ins. Let's take a closer look at team member number 1. I know that their shift was supposed to start at 2 p.m. and they were supposed to clock out at 5 p.m. However, I can see here that they arrived at 3:30 and left at 4 p.m. For that reason, I'm going to reject this shift. You can also select view to see more information. Here we can see the time that they clocked in as well as their exact location. If you have your image capture preferences turned on, an image will appear here that they would have taken at the same time as clocking in. Now let's take a look at team member number 2. Their shift was supposed to be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m, so their time tracking checks out. I can also see that they were very close to the required distance, so I know that team member 2 was where they should be, when they should be. Let's go and approve this time tracking. We can also view this in more detail. Again, here we can see the time that they clocked in, as well as their exact location. You are also able to edit the shift times if necessary. For example, team member 1 has told you that they did arrive on time, but for whatever reason, they weren't able to clock in on time. Let's say you're able to verify this, so now you need to go on and edit their clock-in time to reflect their full shift. To do so, press the Edit button under the Records tab. If necessary, you can change the date, but more importantly, you can change the time. In this case, team member 1 has assured me that they were present, but they just forgot to clock in at exactly 3:30. So I'm going to go and edit this to make it correct. Once that's done, press Update Record to confirm it. Then you can go back to the Records tab and approve it. Now, let's take a look at timesheets. For the purpose of this demonstration, I created 2 team members, 5 clients, and 5 properties. I created shifts for them for the whole of the previous week in order to show you. You can choose to view these by client, by property, or by team member. Let's have a look at team member 1. Under timesheet details, you can see all of their approved clock-ins for the period of time that you have selected. Under work description, you can see a complete overall view of their activity for that time period, giving you the total number of hours, their hourly rate, and therefore the invoice amount. Let's download the timesheet to have a closer look. Here is what the timesheet looks like once it has been downloaded. From here, I can generate a payslip for team member number 1 by clicking the Generate Payslip button. To view this payslip, go to Invoices/Payslips on the side menu. To find the payslips, we need to select the team member that it is for, and here we can see the payslip that I have just generated. We can view the payslip, mark it as approved, or mark it as rejected. Let's view it to see the details. Here is the payslip for team member number 1. We can clearly see all of their time trackings, their total hours, their hourly pay, their total wages, and the breakdown for each invoice. You can download this as a PDF and send it out to your team members. Now let's have a look at invoices. To do this, let's search via client. To do this, you will need to select the client in the client drop-down box, followed by the property in the property drop-down box. Here you will see all relevant clock-in and clock-outs for that property under timesheet details, as well as an overall view to the work completed in that given period under work description. We can again download a timesheet for this information, as well as generate an invoice for the client. Let's generate the invoice. To view this, we need to go back over to the Invoices/Payslips page. We need to search for the client, and here we can view it, mark it as approved, or mark it as rejected. Let's see what it looks like. Here we can see all the necessary information that you would need on an invoice, including the client's name, the start date, the total hours, the tax rate, the tax amount, the hourly rate, the end date, the sales tax number, the invoicing total, the invoice amount, the total amount due, including tax, and when the report was generated. We can see all the individual time trackings created for this property within that time. You're then able to download it as a PDF, a CSV file, or connect to QuickBooks. This can be done for all of your clients and all of your team members. And that is how you can manage your time trackings, view your timesheets, and process your invoices and payslips.